So this, your political roots in terms of Rhode Island and your rise to public office, if you will, are firmly based in this movement. Tell us a little bit about that, how Carrie started in Rhode Island and what its ultimate goal is.
And actually my roots do start, earlier but based in activism from my parents.
Right.
But then I got involved. I was working on a project for National Grid and not happy with what was going on. And I decided to get involved with this group that I think had 3 members in 2017, helping them with, I just wanted to get back into more activism.
Right.
So I bonded with Justin and another member, and we started around her kitchen table, her dining room table, and that's where the birth of Carrie happened.
Right.
Yeah. And from there we grew. We really struggled with our identity at first. All we knew was something had to be done for climate change. We knew the huge impact it was having already. We knew how it was hurting frontline communities here in Providence, and we just kept working, kept refining our message, and kept doing what we could until we started gelling with this protest. We helped with Providence PVD, no LNG and PVD. We fumbled there too, but we just did what we could.
Right. No, understand that there's wins. When you're an activist, there's wins and losses.
Yeah.
You have to savor the wins to get you through the long night of some of the losses.
Yeah, definitely.
You're now in the Rhode Island legislature. You alluded to its glacial progress. I'm kind of paraphrasing there. I hope that's a fair characterization. They move slowly. But what's your take on the current, if you will, environment politically about climate change and about activism in general?
Well, certainly it has changed. The reason I got into the race, I was challenging an extremely accomplished and powerful senator, and I didn't think I would win. But why I got into the race was to start talking about this, that we needed to have a conversation, a very serious and productive conversation about climate change and environmental issues. So I forced it and made that my prime issue. But what happened during that election cycle is other people did the same. The progressive movement did grow. The messages people started realizing they were important to a large majority of people. So my election changed a little. I got into the Senate, and what we saw was the agenda changed. The agenda did reflect the election of 2020, and the leadership was on board for some of it. I am not sure that we can get to the scale of the change we need with the current leadership, that we need new, younger voices in the General Assembly that aren't as corporately connected. And that's very important to me. I nominated, or did the seconding of a nomination for Gail Golden, because I felt that we needed new leadership, and that's key. Otherwise, you get iced out of conversations.
Right.
You're not really a part of the change. But I am very happy to say that there was change, and there is no way I would ever not appreciate that. The Act on Climate, in the Senate we had some bills move forward that were really important. 100% renewable electricity. So many important bills.
Gail Golden now has left the building, if you will. Any comments on that race, or are you staying neutral?
No, I'm not staying neutral. I am, in fact, supporting the Kerry-supported candidate, Gina Pham.
Yep.
I have been actively canvassing for her because I believe she is part of the change we're looking for, that she will not go in lockstep with our current leadership, but challenge them when it's needed. And I don't challenge people just for the sake of challenging. I want to see real structural and systemic change within our elected bodies.
One quick issue and then a question unrelated to climate change. There is legislation was pending this last session for the closure of something called Highside, which is the maximum security facility, particularly focusing on the ending of solitary confinement here in the state. This week, as we speak, for example, ACI is having Guards Week. Take your I'm going to betray a little political leaning here. I'm not supposed to, but take your children to an instrument of actual state torture. Thoughts on ending solitary confinement?
Absolutely, it should be. It's inhumane. Is this a relic of medieval times? I mean, this is not something that I think is effective. We have mental health issues within our criminal justice system. Mental health issues haven't even been addressed, never mind creating more. So I am definitely on board for ending that.
And then what, if you were to pick out one legislative priority, for example, if in fact there is a special session or the next session, what is that? What are you going to get your full energy behind?
Boy, that is difficult, but I would say that it mostly has to do with climate change and the intersectionality in climate change. So housing is a very big issue in that. I would say legislation that addresses all these issues in a Green New Deal fashion. It's become a bad word or a bad phrase, but in a holistic, intersectional way. So there was legislation written that did address certain parts of what this climate crisis has caused for everyone.
Thank you very much, Senator Anderson from Warwick, as we say, making the trip north to Thayer Street in Providence to let her voice be heard, if you will, on the Line 3 funding by your special friends at Chase Manhattan Bank. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Pat.